Welcome to the Marlene Saunders show, where we have real talk, real conversation, and you're welcome to it. Today's topic is going to be, can you be independent but dependent? Now, y'all hear me out. I'm talking about in a romantic relationship. We hear all the time, especially when it comes to ladies, that it's important to be dependent on your man. You have to let a man take care of things. But I believe in being independent and dependent. I'll tell you what I mean. I think it's important for each person as an adult to have things that they can do on their own independently. Take care of certain things for yourself. Like, for example, making sure that you take care of the things on your end, your credit, um, where you need to go, finding your own transportation, taking care of certain things. I think there's a lot of things that people, they go into a relationship and they are not independent enough, and they become dependent on somebody else to take care of all their needs. And I think that's where the problem starts in relationships is they get into a relationship, they don't know how to take care of certain things, or they think that the person has to take care of them fully. So I do agree that it is important to be dependent on who you're with to meet certain needs and to do certain things. It's important to depend on who you're with because that's the basis of relationship. What are you going to do to help me, to serve me, to be there, to support me? Because that's why you're with them. But also, I'm speaking to the ladies and the gentlemen. Make sure that you're independent. You know how to take care of yourself, do your own thing. Once you are independent and there's certain things that you can do, you're going to take some of the stress off of the other person in the relationship. I think that's where the conflict arises between men and women is some women or some men, they are dependent on the other person to meet too many of their needs. As adults, as women, as men, have your own thing, have your own life, have things that you want to do and take care of. People come into the relationships broken. They bring in all their drama, they bring in all their junk. And when I say to be independent, that means you're mature enough, you're grown enough that you have handled your own mess. You've handled your own skeletons in the closet. You're not coming into this relationship bringing all of your stuff and then dumping it on the next person. Or if your previous person, your ex, did certain things to you, do you come into the relationship expecting that that person is going to do what your ex did? See, it's time that we as adults come to the table whole and not broken. And that's what I mean coming into the relationship independent. You have to come into that relationship fixed, whole, ready before you come to somebody else. Because if you can't do certain things, you don't know things about bills and your credit, how to do things, how to cook, how to clean, how to take care of a house, and then you're expecting and dependent on somebody else to do that for you. I believe it goes on both sides. I don't believe in gender roles. I don't think that men should expect women to do certain things, and I don't think women should expect men to do certain things. I think whatever works for you in your relationship. There's some really good stay-at-home dads now. There's women who are great providers. They're the ones providing for the family income. But you have to do what's best for your family, what's best for your relationship dynamic, and not allow society to tell you what a good relationship should be. So the question comes back full circle. Can you be independent but dependent in a relationship? I'm also going to talk about, dependent. What are some of the things that is your key factors in the relationship that you feel that you should depend on who you're with? For me, it's loyalty. I should be able to depend on you to respect me, to value my time, to push me to go after whatever it is I want to do. All of those things that you should depend on who you're with. And I think a lot of times we are dependent on so many things without even having the good communication skills. You're dependent on somebody to do something for you, but you haven't even had a conversation. You haven't even asked the person for certain things. You just come into a relationship, and whatever scars or whatever problems from the past or whatever your daddy or your mama did, you come into the relationship with your mama and your daddy issues, and you expect the person that you're with to fix those issues or to be what somebody else is. It's time that we come into a relationship with no expectations. Just, I want to get to know you. Once you get to know somebody, go to the next level and the next level and the next level. It's about growing, building, conversation, mutual respect, and love. So that's what I mean when I say you can be independent but dependent in a romantic relationship. It's time we start getting into healing, healthy relationships and not the toxic ones. Not the toxic ones. So many times from the past, maybe you saw a lot of bad examples of relationships, of people who weren't doing things right. And just because you've seen people do things in your life, and your parents, other people that you know of, you got to define for yourself, what is a good relationship to you? What is healthy for you? Let me know that down in the comment section below. Do you think that people can be independent but dependent in a relationship? I would love to hear that from you. You have just tuned in to the Marlene Saunders Show, where we have real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. If you have not already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you can get tuned in to more conversations just like this one. I thank you so much for joining, and I will see you on the other side.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive.